Friends. Hello, this is Rev.judi.weaver, and this is Miss
Diane Rivera. Hey, how are you?
All right, so today I want to tell you that we are coming from different locations because what is it that we do? We travel across the country. We travel to be in different spaces and places to be able to see all of our clients wherever they are. Actually in Sarasota, Florida, and so set up here, and we've got Spirit Fest for the weekend, which will be Saturday and Sunday, mini readings all weekend long. I'm also hosting a workshop on Sunday morning, and so at the Sarasota Fairgrounds on Ringling Boulevard in Sarasota, Florida. And Miss Diane is in.
I am in New York in the Hudson Valley. I'm up here visiting with my family, but also doing readings and stuff. Tomorrow, I'm pretty booked up for the day, and I'm excited. People have been waiting for me to get back over to the area. And actually, I seen Maureen today. And Maureen is one of our clients that she's also worked with Judy, and she sends big hugs and love to you.
Oh, wonderful. And we'll be back up in that area in July as we're going through. But right now, definitely it's so exciting to be out there right now because we've just got this solar eclipse that everybody's going bananas over. And you know what? They should be going bananas over it because you'd have to be dead to not be experiencing what's going on.
Oh my gosh, there's so much going on up here in the north, and everybody is and everyone is talking about. Well, we're in the retrograde, right? We're always getting into one of those. Then we have the
retrograde. So electronics are doing a little funky, and I tried turning on the light here, and all it was doing was flashing the whole time. I think I'm in a haunted place. I better not turn it on.
Yeah, they're messing with your computer a little bit there, for sure. And then here in New York today, we were in the outskirts of the earthquake. So that
earthquake in New York. When was the last time an earthquake in New York?
Oh man, so it was in New Jersey. The center of it was in New Jersey, but it spread out so wide, right even down into Maryland and all. They felt it all the way down that area.
Wow.
So it went really very far. And so here I am here in the house, and I'm getting ready to go out for the day, and my body starts vibrating with this energy pulse. Now, I get energy pulses when spirits are around me or, they're going to be giving me some information, but it just radiated. And then all of a sudden, the whole house is shaking. And I am up on the second floor, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Now, our house is in the valley, in Hudson Valley, but the way the wind flows down, sometimes it's very windy out, the house will shake from the wind. But Judy, let me tell you something. When the house shook, I thought, oh my gosh, did the boiler blow up? Like, it was that massive.
And first of all, I have no doubt you were saying, is this real or is this just me?
I wasn't sure. And then Spirit says, earthquake. And I was like, earthquake? Like I heard it's earthquake. And so my daughter is downstairs and she's, Mom, did you feel that? And so she's going outside to check to see if it's windy out because, like I said, the wind blows our house. And I don't have a small house. It's a little bit on the larger side. So it takes quite a bit. So I got nervous and she's going outside. I went downstairs to the basement to see if maybe the boiler had blown up or water heater exploded or nothing. Crickets down there. And then everybody started talking about earthquake. So
and they're texting you. Dad, did you feel that? Where are you?
I mean, it was blowing up on Facebook immediately. And the energy was like, and I called Judy.
And Diane was buzzing. I can assure you.
Can you feel this?
car. I was headed over this way, and it's like my head's all tingling and buzzing. And she's like,
God.
"Yeah, I
It was
feel that."
like,
And it wasn't even the only earthquake today. There were six
no.
that happened today.
Yeah.
So again, and not even just only earthquakes. Earthquakes weren't going to be enough. There's like massive showers of the layers that are coming in and hitting
Yep.
the earth at an exponential speed. And I'm telling you, this right on top of yesterday. Yesterday was that 4444. So I don't know if people really paid attention to that or not. But yesterday was the 4th of April and it was 2024. So then again, you add up the twos and it makes it 4. So yesterday morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, Spirit woke me up and I very specific self moving into this portal energy. And it was very weird. And you know, that's just the way it is. I felt it was weird because I could feel a mechanical gate. And so that was very unusual for me because usually, whenever there's spirit energy stuff, there's not that's so physical and tangible about it. It's just an energy, it's just a field, or else it's something that's natural. But this was very specific. Actually it had a metal entity to it of this gate, and I felt that energy shifting into me, and I'm like, oh, okay, so now what? And I think that that's the other thing that we just need to say. We say, okay, now what?
Yeah.
Because we don't really know what is next. None of us ever know exactly what the next moment is going to be, but we are really keen on making ourselves aware, recognizing whatever that is, and then saying, okay, and listening. We stop
Yeah.
in that moment. We stop in that moment so that we can actually hear, so that we can listen, so that we can pay attention to what else they're trying to give us for information. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, yeah. And that's exactly what happened when I was feeling that vibration. And then the whole house started to shake. I was like, okay, what's happening? And then I heard earthquake. I was like, okay, earthquake? Wait a minute. Who would have thought? But it was, yeah. And so we're going through all these shifts, all these things, different things that are happening, changing vibrations. And I'll tell you, but since yesterday, I have definitely been in that vibrational feeling, and even at some point, I even got tired from it. So it's kind of an up and down, like, you're up and then you're down.
And you're not alone. I have been talking with so many different people who have just been feeling so weird lately. Okay. I mean, the last week for sure. And they've been feeling as well. You know, sometimes a fogginess is coming over, an exhaustion is coming into play. Sinus stuff feels kind of like confusing and
Yes.
and just that the air filter, I think, is probably the best term that I want to use. There's like an extra filter between me and whatever else is going on around me.
Yeah.
And so it's just paying attention to the part that, I'm not feeling exactly, not quite sure what that's about, but maybe I need more rest. And last night I went to bed at a ridiculous 4 to 9 because my body was exhausted. And I said, you know what? You've been awake since 4 o'clock in the morning, so just give yourself a break and go to bed early. And then when I went to bed, all these faces coming, all these faces and energies. And I was working hard last night. I don't remember what I did. I remember very specifically working with these different individuals and not necessarily even clients, where a lot of times I'll work with my clients at night. It wasn't necessarily clients, but they were very things, and it was about harmonic frequency. It was about information and helping to show people where to go. So I'm not sure what it was about, but again, I don't get caught up in the details of it. I just kind of say, okay, this is what.
You froze now, Judy. Judy, we have a technical difficulty. Judy is frozen. Hello, Judy.
Hey, I'm going to say I had things going on. All right, I'm
Yes.
using the internet. That's at where I'm at.
I
I
think
don't know how far I am from it.
the internet. I know. And you know, and Spirit has been messing with a lot of my electronics too. Even my car. Even in my car. I'm like, I've been having that issue with the flashy lights, and I went and had the part fixed, and it cost me lots of money. And so before I left for New York 2 days before, it started doing that again. And it was perfectly fine. And I'm like, why? Why are you doing that? And so someone drove me to the airport in my car. And when they got in the car, it was all gone. So whether it's me,
The energy of you, and you see now you caught when you said that. So I think what you said was it worked perfectly fine for them. So I think
yes,
we're both cutting in and out, and that's okay because we're both pretty high energy beings, and along with situation, even though that we're working diligently to be able to come to you guys from wherever we
yes,
are.
yes, yes. But yeah, so it's really cool. I'm really loving this whole new, and it really feels like this is it's like a big shift, and I kind of feel like things are going to start to flow, like move quicker and flow faster. Does that make sense? Yeah.
It does. I had somebody telling me the other day that the actual Earth itself is speeding up. And now scientists are really struggling with, well, gee, maybe we have to do leap year day faster than every 4 years in order to actually even make up with the time. Isn't that an interesting thought?
That's really interesting. That's really interesting. That's
But
really
yeah, scientifically, it's being proven. As much as we keep saying everything is increasing, everything is moving into the higher frequency vibration, and the world is, and literally the world is.
it's true. It is so true. It is so true. And even when I'm doing a couple of readings that I've done, the sessions that I've done, even their things are going through changes. Everybody seems to be in this transitional change at the moment. And it was funny because when I did the group, I did the spirit circle. A lot of people in the circle were in that transition, in the move. So when spirit shows talks to me,
Relationships, jobs falling apart,
yeah,
no longer able to bury everything that they've been avoiding. It's like, oh no, I'm not really going to do that. I don't want to mess with that. It's like in your face.
yeah, it's happening. It's happening. Yes, yeah, and we talked about that before. Where if change is going to happen, and it's supposed to happen, they're going to get it to happen. It is going to.
So it's up to you how fast you want to go through that change.
Yes.
You're again.
Judy, we're frozen again, Judy. This is. I don't
They
know.
don't want me to play.
I don't know. It's either me or you. Someone's going to be frozen. Silly.
All right, angels, we're calling you in to hold the vibration of the electronics so that we can go this love energy out to the world.
Yes, lots of love energy out to the world.
I would like to go channel some messages. So I did one yesterday myself on the beach at 4 o'clock, and Jamar came in. Elder Lemurian, and it was really kind of talking about the different things that are going to be coming up for the solar eclipse. The first thing that is that, first of all, the world is not ending. Okay. I know people are getting, oh my God, the world is ending.
I know. People are going crazy. Judy? Hello? Can you tell when you're frozen or no?
They don't want me to share when it's time to move it.
I don't know. We might have to re-record.
I don't even know. No, we're gonna go, because this is actually a prime example of what is going on in the world and with your lives. It's the starts, it's the pauses, it's the interference, it's that high-pitched frequency of chaos is interfering and allowing you hiccups in your life. And so it's so important to be paying attention to these stops and this confusion, and what am I supposed to be doing with this? And that's a great, I supposed to be doing with this, and what am I supposed to allow to unfold around me, and what control. And the only thing you really truly can control is you and your emotions. Respond and react. And you can see I'm not mad at the computer. I'm just laughing at it, because it's just same confirmation of, yep, that's where we are in the world.
That's what's going to happen. That's it. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
So who are you channeling for us today?
Okay, so who really want to come in? Jamar does want to go ahead and come back in for this as well. And I also, I've got Archangel Uriel wants to come in, because Archangel Uriel about transformation and really about transition. Uriel works oftentimes with helping their transitioning from this life into the afterlife. Uriel works very closely with that with me. Some people have different angels who different things, but for me personally, that's the way it's always come in. So actually, Uriel first. So, well, no, Baylot's gonna hello. So hold on.
I have to say hi to Baylot.
Yes, Baylot's got to say, and I won't know if you stay or if you go. I'll try to open my eyes. I'll try to hold. They can pay attention to that. So let me see what I can do. Baylot. Oh yes, the eyes are open. See, the eyes are open. Hello,
Wow.
Diane. Hello,
hey,
everyone.
Baylot.
Hello. This is an exciting time. We are going into this solar eclipse, and this is a very, very important time. An important time for each of you to be and to be mindful. So that means that you need to pay attention to your body. You need to what you're seeing, what you're sensing, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, what imagery to your mind, and to help you to be able to relate that information back. She doesn't think when I'm doing this, I need to do that. Yes, that's a different thing. Oh, isn't that so funny? Anyway, I have Archangel Uriel is going to come in, and Archangel Uriel, wonderful angel. Not that all of them, not wonderful angels as they are all wonderful angels, but Archangel Uriel really helps to discuss different transition and what's going on with energies and how to work with those energies a bit more easily. So one moment, please. One moment.
Thank you.
Archangel Uriel here. Good day.
Oh.
Good day to each of you. It is such a wonderful time to be in this surgence of energy, to be within this transitional time that is taking place across not just your, but most especially affecting the individuals of the earth. The solar eclipse is taking place, and it will completely a single soul. That means whether or not you are of a human capacity, if you are a different species. And that includes the different insects, such as the one that's flying around in here, and also the various that are walking amongst the earth. This includes the elementals, and this includes, whew, it's all over, it's going to fly into the mouth. Be careful there. It's so funny. Anyway, let's continue with the distraction. I think this is part of it, not just the different parts of just the distractedness of everything that where you are in your life and where this solar eclipse is through the United States and within the actual field of that rotation, it will be of an expanded, of an intensified energetic exchange will take place. It is actually changing the frequency and the vibration along with that harmonic line that is within the magnetic frequency of the earth, deep into the soul of the earth itself, into the consciousness, the earth itself. Now, and that's where it will be the strongest, almost such as what you day, young one, right?
Yes.
The vibration of the earthquake. You felt it, but different people were able to receive different amounts of that energy. Not to say that it did not have an impact on all, but it's the same as if you toss the pebble into the pond.
Okay.
And large when the stone quickly falls, but then it continues to slowly move away. And this is what happens within the solar eclipse. I want to also be sure to remind you, though, being covered, it is not just the earth that is recognizing discovery, correct?
Yes.
Within your galaxy are experiencing the same type of an effect. And so there is a residual energetic exchange that is happening through that as well. It's important for you to know and to realize and to recognize that during a time of eclipse allows for a space of pause. It is not that life stops, but it allows for that extra breath, such as would have been explained within the 29th of the extra day to allow for the calendar to recalibrate, to catch up. What happens when you are in the midst of an eclipse is that time moves into a space of pause where the veil is much, much thinner, and it allows for a higher resonant frequency allowance to come into play. What also happens, which we have spoken about, if we have spoken about it in this specific exchange, but when you have nighttime, then you are having an elevated amount of energy from the cosmos comes into play. So that I think it went into and down her throat.
Oh, no. Hilarious.
Oh, how hilarious is this? Anyway, trying to have a conversation in this physical body, and this irritation is now alleviated.
Choking from it.
Excuse me. And so that you have the opportunity for the light to come through during the darkness of the day. So this is I know I need to take a sip of water. One moment.
I'm sorry, I'm cracking up because the thought of it is so funny.
This is the first time this has transpired. Well, I've never been trancing before. I do not remember this happening. Anyway, so when you have that opportunity of receiving that expanded energy frequency that is coming in through the nighttime hours, because it does not have the conflict with the light. Now, if you have the opportunity to be able to receive that message, and I'm being very specific because it is a message that is columnized, so it falls within that same column of energy as the energy is moving across the land, so that it is recalibrating all aspects within the land and the individuals as well. Every single person, there is not anyone who is not recognizing the huge changes that are taking place. Even if they do not have a great understanding of spirituality, they understand that they are feeling different, that they are sensing things that are just odd, out of place. They are not as they ever were before, and they're working diligently to try to rationalize within their mind as to how this makes sense and how to be able to go back to the same patterning of how they in their thought, within their relationships, within their cognizance of how life operates with them and reality. And this is something that many individuals highly struggling with, because this is not at all before, and they don't know how to change and or manage themselves. The other thing that is so important for every person to recognize is that it is an individual journey. It is each of you truly stepping into and being responsible for yourself, your words, your actions, interactions, your relationships, and how you are working and operating within the functionality of your life as well. Miss Diane, I would love to be able to have conversation with you today. Do you have any questions for me about this, and or how else can I explain, assist your guests and your clients and your audience members?
Well, I think I would I'm asking how um, some people are having issues with the adjusting to the different energies or not understanding completely what they're feeling. So how do they work with these energies? And me, you've explained that, but how to really help themselves during this time?
That is a very good question. And thank you for reminding me to go back to the basics. It is very important, first of all, for people to recognize how you are feeling. And a majority of individuals are feeling more anxiousness.
Mm.
They're having an increase of emotions, of uncertainty, which is creating fear, as well as even listening to the media sources
Yeah.
and doomsday analogy of what is happening. It is not doomsday. However, what is happening is that you are each having access to information about yourself and within yourself and other lifetimes of self.
Come on. We are a little frozen, but we will unfreeze.
It is a good thing I kept my eyes open.
Good thing.
Good thing. I did so well, and I paused and waited for the twirly to come back.
I
Having a
love it.
vast of all of your abundance, of all of your brilliance, of all of your gifts, of all of your talents, of all of your experiences, and all of your wisdom. This is what people need to understand. It is about you now having this huge basket of everything that you have been experiencing and or have had as experiences available. Now, one of the things that's very difficult is that all of this is trying to fit into your physical body because it needs to be accessible to you. Therefore, it needs to be integrated into you again. This reasons why individuals have had so much difficulty and challenges with dealing with the old coming back and bothering them of,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I should not have done that. Oh, I'm sorry I hurt them. It has been a self-recollection process. You can release that so that now you have the room for all of this wisdom that you have gathered through this lifetime so that you have a readily available access to it, as well as other lifetimes of wisdom that is going to be quickly available for you. Now, I will absolutely tell it is exhausting for the physical body to have to go through this situation and this expansive and this regression process, because all of this wisdom is integrating into the physical as well as the emotional and the mental and the spiritual bodies. It is coming in all aspects. So sometimes you may find yourself needing to have another nap to
Mm-hmm.
rest. You may find yourself feeling very warbly, I think is a good term to use. That bubblehead bobbleness of I don't know, or that buzzing in that ears and the imbalance. So it would be helpful to drink lots of water, to spend time out on the earth with Mother Earth, sitting on the grass, smelling the air, allowing the sunshine or the moonlight and the stars. Does not matter the time of the day, but spending time outside so that you allow for the natural harmonic balance of the earth, and be sure that you're touching the earth. You can sit on the ground or sit on a blanket or be foot on it. Have connection, have physical connection with the earth, not just of the earth. Not that the air isn't lovely, but you want to be able to feel that connection so that it helps you to be able to regulate the changes that are happening with you. Another thing that is very helpful is to be in that breath, to really spend time in that breath where you are in and you are holding, and then you are completely expelling all of that all the way, all the way out your whole diaphragm, all the way down. As you are then allowing for a complete external exchange of energy. And you need to also know and realize that there is a great deal of energy in the air molecules as well. So when you are inhaling that new breath, then you are actually bringing in a higher caliber of energy that is in the air externally around you. Because with all of the upgrades that is taking place on the earth, that is absolutely impacting and affecting the air first. And then subrecipient of that higher quality of air and that energetic.
We are frozen. Yes, can you hear me, Judy?
And patient,
Mhm. Patience. Good one. That's a good one. Patience. Absolutely.
which is a funny, it is a funny to be mindful and to be patient with the process that was divinely planned for that momentary lapse so that you would put an what is that? An exclamation point about that moment of allowing yourself patience through the process. It is important to drink lots of water, lots and lots of water. You're
Mhm.
flushing the system, you're flushing out the old. It is helpful to be able to salt baths or go to the ocean to salt your body, to wash away the external skin that is sometimes blocking and locking that exchange of energy out of your, to exfoliate, that is the
Yes.
term, exfoliate your skin so that you allow for that exchange as well. And it is always helpful to do meditations, because when you're spending time in meditation, then what you are doing is you're taking your soul and you're elevating it into that higher state of consciousness. And when you're in that higher state of consciousness, then you can sometimes hear and know different things. But no matter what, you're experiencing a higher level of frequency of energy. So when your spirit body comes back into the physical body, it is bringing that higher resonancy of that into the physical body that is allowing it to have that exchange as well. So it helps it to alchemize easily and to move through this process a bit more quickly. I will go ahead and mention that on the actual day of the 8th, there will be a lot of, I think I want to call it waves. Waves of energy are going to come through. So individuals, again, may find themselves in that spinny space
Okay.
of, of confusion and of imbalance. So make, and you may be experiencing that with relationships with others as well. So be mindful of that, especially if you are a supervisor, be mindful of your employees and have a bit more patience with them, because their world is shifting literally, not
Yes.
just figuratively.
Yes, understand that.
Is that good? Is that
That was
good?
wonderful. Like,
Wonderful.
that was
Wonderful.
wonderful. And
Wonderful.
lots of techniques and things to do for themselves to balance, and that's what I'm hearing.
Setting goals is a wonderful thing as well during this time.
Okay.
Taking a moment to think about what you want to bring into your life, because we are going into this massive energetic pause. And so it's almost like you can plug in to another level of supports
Yes.
that are available for you. So if you take the time to think about imaginatively, and even if that might be, oh, I want to increase my spiritual relationship with my angels and my guides. Now, that is a wonderful, wonderful thought and an idea during this time, because we've got so much energy that is coming in, and there's so much support that is associated with this energetic exchange. And the veil is so very, very thin, and that you have access to, and you will have an easier time of understanding what your role is, and or what you are hearing or sensing and seeing. It is important able to remember what is
Mm.
happening and being exchanged. So you may want to take notes, or write script of it, or to record, such as what we are doing this day. Um,
Right.
have an accountability of what you are actually feeling and experiencing, because this is a profound, profound time. Having this that is taking place on the new moon, which is just a couple of days after this big portal opening, where everything is in the open and the raw for this exchange that is taking place right now. So everything is happening now. And that energy is going to continue through the 10th of April. Not that energy dissipates, it does not dissipate, but the intensity of the wave of that energy is going to dissipate after the 10th timeline, for people to be able to assimilate that a bit more easily. You can never stay in the midst of a tornado, correct?
Correct.
Only for a specific amount of time that it can hold that resonancy. And that is the same example of an emotion. Emotion can only stay for a particular amount of time as well.
Hmm.
So it's important for you to hold on, be patient. This too will pass.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Jamar would like to come in just as a moment for individuals. Um, if that is good, that
Yeah.
is good. Yes, that is good.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
want I want to congratulate each of you, and for being here,
Mm.
for choosing to listen, to participate with, and reach out to your community members as well. You are building your own community supports, and it's very important for each of you to be able to know who they are and how to be able to work more closely with them. So many blessings to each of you.
Thank
Many
you. Thank
blessings.
you. Many blessings.
Jamar here. Day. Oh, yes.
Hello.
Open the eyes and watch. One moment. I am not used to watching. Um, there's so much to see. It's very confusing. There's a lot of distractions. Anyway, Excuse me. Um, the reason why I wanted to come in was to reiterate something that
We
oh
are. There you go. I hear you.
oh bye. You see, this is why she's making me keep my eyes open.
Yep.
Okay. But it is distracting of the thought process. Um, I feel like I had a short circuit in my thought too. Um, I speak about the changes that are taking place across the lands through this process. It is important for each of you to be able to know and to recognize the vulnerability of each of you and who you are in your lives. It is not a vulnerability, it's a bad thing. It is a vulnerability of a possibility of exchange and differences that are coming into play for you to be able to break through, and or for large conglomerates, large and countries and how things are establishments, deep rooted establishments are going to be going through a massive change exchange. That means that the old regime, the old leaderships, there's going to be many significant changes that take place. And this has to happen because right now you've got many new leaders that are bubbling up into that role. And you feel this turn. I am saying to you right now, because I am sending it energetically so strong to each of you for you to be able to feel the truth of what I am saying. And this is being specific stated for those and going out into the world for everyone to be able to hear and to see and to recognize you too have that space and place and that permission to move into that vulnerability role and into that possibility and that functionality of the leadership role that you know that you are into, because it's not just for you, it is with you and with the energies and with the hearts and within that symphonic pattern of light being, that consciousness that is interlocked and that is linked tightly, so that when each of you move in specific roles, then that elevation can happen much more quickly and efficiently, because it is important that it is done so in a loving pattern. The fighting, not with all of the hate, not with all of the anger, but with the blessing or for. And for people to recognize that they are working with and they are one of, and it is more of their life that is supporting the life of many more than just themselves. It is about working with the energy of the earth, recognizing the responsibilities and changing the patterns of how humanization has been working, and grappling and tearing away the pieces of the earth without that regeneration process. It is essential that there are changes that are taking place, and this includes how you are working with recycling, how you are releasing your garbage, and how that is clogging and congesting actual earth itself. It is learning how to do things in a less in impactful way, but also in an impactful way that is serving man through the kindness of man and being in that love space with man.
I have a question. Can I ask one?
Yes, you may.
Okay, thank you. Um, and I felt that I wanted to ask you in particular this question. In one of my visions, during this time of energy and all these different types of energy changes that we're going through at this moment, in my vision, I have seen the large crystals that are within the ground, but I see them either more coming or they're moving into different positions. Is what I'm seeing, and I'm just asking you if that is exactly what I'm feeling.
Yes, yes, the earth itself is having shifts. And how else can you move those large crystals, but without some type of a force of energy that is imprinting and impacting and allowing for that movement? And it's not just of a diagonal or an up or a down. It is, and it is also recalibrating.
I lost you for a second. I think we're at recalibrating. Come back, please. Okay,
It
there you
is
are.
also recalibrating the information that is within the crystal,
Okay.
because it is to continue to build the timeline of information that is available for mankind, correct? And for
Yeah.
all lifetimes, for all life forces. Therefore, it needs to continually be upgraded. It needs, such as this situation that we are dealing with right now, an upgrade of the connection helpful. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Long pause. I think it
Long
was a
pause.
long pause before it got to you. Oh, that's so funny. That is funny. That is funny.
Yes.
Anyway. So yes, we're also noticing a lot more individuals of this who are having a greater connection and are exchanging information from the cosmic beings, from realm, from their guides, from masters, from teachers. There's an explosion, I think would be what you would use as a term, of how many people have access to, not about the individual keeping the separateness. It's about each person tapping into all of them and what they have access to. And so people are learning how to, and becoming much more confident in themselves as they are learning that, and and then moving into the sharing of that, which in turn goes back to vulnerability that was spoken of earlier. When you're putting yourself out there and you're allowing what you're hearing and what you're seeing and what you're sensing and what you're feeling, even though historically you may have felt that that was told as fribberish, and
Hmm.
when really it is now become the norm, such as connections that each of you are having. And it's not just nighttime dreaming, it's some visions during the day or
Yeah.
when you are in your meditative practices as well.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Thank you for answering that for me. And one thing is that when you are speaking of it, um, I can see it. So I can feel the have I can in the vision while you're having the conversation with me, which is beautiful. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you.
too. And I like to work with a person in being able to help share that as well. So I think this is good for today. Is this good for today?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wonderful. The world is not ending. People don't have to give everything away. But you, as they say, buckle up your seatbelts. It's going to get more bumpy. And it is a wonderful time of you truly becoming and evolving into what you are to be. So many blessings to each of you. Many blessings.
Thank you. Thank you. Blessings.
Bayla here. I just want to say thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Still bringing myself
Oh
back.
my gosh, Judy. That was fun. You got a bug in your mouth.
Oh, the bug! Oh my God! I swallowed a bug.
It bug. Oh, the bug flew in and the bug flew out. Hysterical. That was a riot. That was so funny. Oh my gosh, Judy. Too much. I'm telling you. Um, yeah, we were talking about what I was seeing in a vision about crystals and how they're being moved. And the whole thing is just like, and I can see the star people and and the communication that we're having with that energy, you know, and I mean, it's like I'm in there. So my head, I was wondering why my head has been like in this, like it's like I can't hold everything in there. It's been like that for like 2 days, maybe 3 days. And it started with an anxiousness when I was traveling, when I got on the, before I got on the plane. And I don't get that. I don't get that anxious feeling. And then it started with this, and now I totally understand what is going on, because when you're, and we know this, when you were in the conversation, even when you got to Jamar, then the whole vision just dropped right in for me. And I was like, okay, now I get it.
And you needed to be in New York to be able to anchor the energy there. And I am here on the west coast of Florida this weekend. I felt that. You felt that. And then on Monday, I'm going to be back over in Ormond Beach. So I'm at the beach on the west side, and I'll be back over the beach on the east coast side on Monday doing a beachside. I'll be doing a meditation, drumming, sound healing on the beach from 2 to 4 on Monday. If you're in the area, I'd love to have you join me.
Yes.
Because it's again of that energy and aligning it. And this was such an odd thing. So I went and looked at where the was, because I'm getting ready for my Monday thing, because they're downloading what I'm supposed to be doing. And I need to take people through the different cities. And so I'm looking at the map and I'm like, I've been there, I've been there, I've been there, I've been there, all the way up until where I was actually born. I was in New Hampshire, and I've been up to the Maine of where it is, but it goes through Camp Chesterfield. It goes through all these other towns that I spent time in. And I'm like, oh, that's amazing that I've been to like all of these. So I know that's why I need to be here is again, when we are working so diligently with this energy, we have to anchor different places, and Atlantis off of Florida. And again, to be able to be there to anchor the energy and to send it that way. And all this is going ley lines. This is all going through the ley lines. And
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, someone was telling me, one of my kids, I think it was my daughter, was saying that the line itself for the eclipse actually shifted. So we should be able to feel more of it here in the Hudson Valley.
Wow.
So yeah, I think Elizabeth.
Yeah, I know you're not that far away. I definitely would have to, and I looked at what would be here and heading up somewhere, but I'd have to go up to Arkansas, and that's far
It's
away.
gonna be so crazy. People are coming from everywhere to be in that path, to have that experience. But just like today with the earthquake, where it was in another state, and I felt it all the way here in the valley, in Dutchess County, um, we're going to be able to feel that energy just the same way. It's the ripples, and you've talked about it, and you've channeled this, and they talk about the ripples, and you talked about it, putting the pebble in the water and the ripples flowing. That's exactly how we're going to feel it. And I think I'm in the position, exactly what you're saying. I'm in the position that I'm supposed to be at for this, and so are you. And we're both on the East Coast, so
Important.
we're,
And think about this too. This is just another random. Where the actual solar eclipse that went across, it actually creates an X across the United States, and in the middle, that's where that massive cicada outbreak is coming. Where
yeah.
it's going to be, and we were there last year that it was so noisy.
Oh, yeah.
Last year it was so noisy, and that was the which. Now this is like a double that's coming together. So it is,
It's
and when
huge.
you have that kind of elation, the cicadas that all come at the same time, they're creating a harmonic frequency.
Yep.
They are creating a frequency that is on earth that everybody is hearing, that is absolutely penetrating and resonating up and down and throughout. Now, some people do not do well with that resonancy.
No, no, no.
Just gonna say.
I wanted to ask you this if you heard this, and I meant to ask you this like 3, 4 days ago. Did you hear that the fish down towards Miami area, down towards the Keys, were um, uh, confused and swimming upside down?
I
Did
heard
you hear?
they were circles. They were
It's,
swimming in circles
but
because
and I heard upside down like
I did
twice.
not hear that, but I wouldn't be surprised because this is taking place now. It is magnetically changing, and it is absolutely impacting to such a level of yeah, of pause and restart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is definitely exciting. I'm
It
excited by the energy. I'm excited by it. I'm
is.
excited every time I feel that vibrating, or it could, because it starts to bring in, and always when I'm having conversations with Judy, it starts to bring in more visions of things, of what's happening, and it's like, oh, that's what that is. But it's like, when you have conversation with someone of like-mindedness, and you both have, similarities within your own spiritual self, and you share visions with each other, you just ignite parts of each other that allow you to it's just like amazing. It's just amazing. It's just
It's a
amazing.
kaleidoscope. It's a kaleidoscope.
Yeah,
I sit down with my clients, and it's like, and their guides come in first thing, and then it's like, bop, 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 and they goes, how did you know that about me? That was my deepest, darkest thing. It's like, I don't know anything. I don't even know what I said. All I do know is that your guides are here, and this is what they're telling me. And so it's
exactly. Yes, yes. And
to let you know
yeah,
that you're okay, and that you're with somebody who is safe for you to be with. And that's important about all of this. In all of this chaos and this confusion, find your tribe that makes you feel good, that makes you
exactly.
feel like you're not going crazy, and that you don't have to go, I don't know, whatever. You don't in the sand. you can be a part of this, and you can explore it. And it's like, stick your tentacles out there. It's all right. You can check things out. Don't go crazy and jumping off the cliff, But, go ahead and
Yeah,
stretch yourself, because all of this energy helps you to be able to learn and to grow more about yourself. And that's what we're here to do, learn more and to grow.
exactly, exactly. Well, we've been at this a few minutes.
I know. I think we probably about come to that timeline. Wanted to tell people that you've got coming up, because you're
Yes,
going to be in New York for another week. So if
yeah, I'm in
anybody
New
wants
York for another week. So if you're up in my area, holler out to me. I'd love to meet up with you here. And of course, Judy and I do phone and Zoom stuff, but when we're in the area, do reach out to us. Then I am back in Florida, and Judy and I are heading to Memphis, Tennessee to do Spirit Fest.
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
We're
when I get
going.
back. And at the end of the month, I have two things. I have the 27th in Casadega. I'm doing an afternoon workshop there, Divinity Within Your Birth Chart, continuing with that. And then on the Sunday, I'm doing the Pink Moon Festival, the
Ooh, very
28th.
good. Very, very
Yes.
good.
But we're busy, and you can definitely check out our websites, which are linked down below, and the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, and we'll have the message circle will be this next
Yes,
Thursday. So I won't be here this time, but that's all right. I got it covered. And then on the 13th, Saturday the 13th, I will be doing Healing Your Hearts with the Angels in Casadega. And so then on the fourth Thursday is when we're healing at the Unitarian Church as well. And this
right.
Monday, like I said, I'll be doing the solar eclipse. And then on 30th of April, I'm going to host my next series, which is Channeling Your Gifts. And so this is really tapping into that channeling energy. And for people who really want to learn how to work better with their own guides, their gifts, that energy, this is a great series for you. It's going to be 7 weeks, and it's in person in Ormond, or else you can do via Zoom. So you have multiple options.
That's going to
Um,
be really cool. That's going to be really cool. And a lot of people out there are looking for that development. That it's going to be, if you guys are searching for that development to help work your all of your clairs or your connection. A lot of people today are asking me about how do I strengthen my connection. Take that class with Judy. It's going to be great.
yeah, they're really excited. And what I love about my classes are that they're multidimensional.
Yeah.
I trance channel over half of the class. So it is
Yeah.
divine energy exchange during. So that's always nice.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be a great class. I can tell. Listen to the psychic. I'm telling you. I can see
they're
it.
very excited. They are
I'm
very
sorry.
excited.
I'm sorry because when I'm talking spirit, I'm listening to spirit at the same time. Most of the time, I'm listening and they're talking because Judy and I have a conversation, and I'm having conversation with you guys, and they're talking to me. So, and they are talking about this workshop for you, Judy, and it should be it's definitely going to rock and roll. So if you're looking for that, this is the class for you guys, because I see a lot of spirit, a lot of people working with, because Judy's entrancing a lot of it, the workshop, because your people are coming in to help you do the work. So you're actually getting the opportunity to work with your guides and angels, your personal ones. So how cool is that? I mean, really.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They
Yeah.
get a chance to work with all of them. So
Yeah, and they're like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go because I want to talk to these. I need to talk to this one, And we've talked about that before. To get hit you over the head. This is it, people.
all right. Well, I think that we are good,
Yes,
and it has just been such a delight as always. Coming again, find us where we are. I'm JudiWeaver.com. You can go ahead to my web channel, all kinds of different videos on that. Facebook, Instagram. Just follow us. We're all
yeah,
over the
we're
place,
all
and
over. And if there's a topic or something you'd like to talk about or ask questions, we love that. We absolutely love that. Feel free to message us directly or right here through our YouTube channel or our Facebook or we're on many different social media websites. So reach out to us, and we'd love to meet up and chat about what you want to know about.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
She looks in her purple shirt. I love your purple shirt. It looks so good on you. Perfect.
Thank you. I love your lion in the background because we're both Leo girls, so we all lions that come into play.
The lion is my one of my favorite people to tap into. Okay, guys. Well, you have a blessed weekend, and I look forward to chatting with you at some point in time. And Miss Judy, when I get back to Florida, of course, we'll be doing this one in Florida, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
And happy solar eclipse to everybody. Enjoy it.
Yes.
Enjoy it. And find other people to celebrate with for that eclipse time, or, do some meditation. It's special for yourself because it is an exceptionally special time. And even just to put yourself into for it. And that means, any time during the day, really be in that different energy, that tangible energy that really it makes you alive and gives you access to.
Well, I think we're done.
It's all right, click.
Bye, everyone.